Good morning. It's a new day. Today, I'd like to speak about God's loving discipline. I'd like to quote a wonderful statement by evangelist Billy Graham, who stated that God does not discipline us to subdue us, rather, God disciplines us to condition us for a life of usefulness and blessedness. Discipline can be uncomfortable and unpleasant, perhaps to all of us. But I like to say that imposing of discipline is actually the evidence of love. You may ask how. I'm sure you would agree that one can only correct another person because they love them and only want what is best for them. You see, when parents discipline their children, they constantly regulate their habits and teach and help the children to see the consequences of wrong habits and wrong choices. In a similar way, we've all been disciplined by our parents in many areas of our lives. Quite certainly, I'm sure all of us would have despised those corrections, rebukes, and corrective measures at the time, just like how the scriptures reminds us that discipline doesn't feel pleasant for the moment. Nevertheless, it yields righteousness and peaceful fruit. The Bible continues to remind us that God disciplines those He loves. You know, God is such a wonderful and a perfect loving Father, and He's so interested in each of our lives. And that's the reason He ordains specific people in our lives. That includes our parents, definitely, some elders, leaders, pastors, and mentors, through whom He can counsel and correct us with the help of the written scriptures. But I see that as adults, some of us are ignorant, mostly egoistic, or simply complacent, even though we know that we could have inculcated some wrong habits, choices that we've made, also some traits that we've continued on with, although we know that is wrong. But we certainly don't want to correct ourselves, and definitely don't allow God to correct us either. Why? Why have we made our hearts so hard that we don't want to hear God and His yearning to correct us? You know, there's nothing to be discouraged when God attempts to straighten our character. Rather, we must know that only God sees the end. He sees the potential damage that these wrong choices or habits can do to us if it's not corrected. So, therefore, let's leave all our pride and our sense of self-righteousness at the feet of God, and let's be encouraged to allow God to work in our hearts and in those areas where He desires us to get better at. Let's be willing to allow God in those situations, in those areas where we've hidden from Him, or where we've not allowed Him until today. May this word bless you.